Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Bryce from Susquehanna Valley High School. If you have any questions, there's my contact information. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to be focusing on standard 7.ee.2, understanding that rewriting an expression in different form in a problem can shed some light on the problem, and we can see how they are related to each other, the two expressions. What does that really mean? Let's talk about this in some simple examples. What's the opposite of me giving you a quarter? The answer is me taking a quarter from you. Or the opposite of me giving you a quarter is you giving me a quarter. I wrote these in two different ways. Okay? Me giving a quarter to you is like the expression Q plus 1, where Q represents the number of quarters you have. Me taking a quarter from you is like the expression Q minus positive 1, where Q represents the number of quarters that you have. You might not want to write it like that. You might want to write it differently. Remember, we had two answers the same up above. So can we write this differently? Q minus 1, me taking a quarter from you. They're exactly the same thing. First one, you giving me a quarter. Me taking a quarter from you. Okay? This is an extremely important idea. Addition and subtraction are inverses. So if I change the subtraction to addition, if I change this subtraction to a hidden addition sign, I also have to change the plus 1, positive 1, to a negative 1. It's inverse. And remove the parentheses. Now, if you don't understand it, they're going to be giving you some more examples. You can also rewind and listen to it again. Here's another problem. I assigned 16 homework papers in a month. You owe me 5 homeworks. I forgive you of 2 owed homeworks. What does that look like as an expression? Baby steps. 16 minus 5 is how many you did. You did 11 of them. You owed me 5. There were 16 total. Owe means subtract. I forgive you means I take it away. You owe me, that means negative 2. I forgive you means I subtract. So you had 11. I forgave you, subtracting the negative 2 that you owed me. I can rewrite that. I changed the negative to a positive, so I have to change that. I changed the minus to a plus, so I have to change the negative to positive. So you did, technically, 13 problems, 13 pages. 11 minus negative 2 is 13, and 13 is how many you get credit for. Remember, addition and subtraction are inverses of each other. So if I change the subtraction to addition, I also have to change the next term, the negative 2, to a positive 2. It's inverse. Rewriting expressions give you exactly the same answer as we just saw. 8 minus negative 7. Addition and subtraction are inverses of each other. So if I change the subtraction to addition, I also have to change the negative 7 to its inverse, positive 7. So here's the question. I changed it. I also have to change that. So I have 8 plus 7, which is 15. Quick. What is 12 plus negative 2? It's the same as what? I changed the plus to a negative, the plus to a subtract. I also have to change the negative to a positive. So it becomes 12 minus 2. So what happens with this when we throw some variables into it? Remember, I want to change this subtraction to an addition sign. So nothing happened ever to the first part of the problem. If I change the subtraction to an addition, I have to change that positive 6x to negative 6x. I have to change this plus 2y to minus 2y. Okay. Then I can regroup. We're going to be regrouping later, but I'm going to show you right now, just quick, that 9x plus negative 6x is 3x. 7y minus 2y is positive 5y. So what's the cat say? When we are subtracting something, it is making the term its opposite. So the positive 6x became its opposite, negative 6x. The positive 2y became its opposite, negative 2y. Write each expression in standard form. I want you to do these problems. I'm going to do A for you. Verify its expression equivalent to one given by evaluating each expression using x equals 10. What does that mean? Write each expression in standard form. 4x minus 5 minus 2x. Getting rid of the parentheses, we have to change the negative to a positive, the minus to a plus. The first thing always stays the same. Now, we got rid of the parentheses. So the positive 5 has to become negative 5. The negative 2x has to become positive 2x. I can combine like terms. I have positive 2x's in that pile. I have positive 4x's in that pile. So it's the same as 6x's. Adding a negative is just like subtracting. We're going to verify that this is correct. X is 10. It says using x is 10. 6 times 10 minus 5 is 60 minus 5, 55. Let's see if that's the same. It said evaluating each expression. So we have to see if that's the same as the first one, 4x minus 5 minus 2x, when x is 10. 4 times 10 minus 5 minus 2 times 10. Do what's inside parentheses first. Order of operations. Five minus 20 is negative 15. Now I can either say 40 minus negative 15, but since this lesson is about rewriting the expressions without parentheses, 55 is the same as 55. So our answer is 6x minus 5. Okay, so that's the first problem. I did A for you. You do B, C, D, E, and F. If you have any questions, make sure you ask me in class. Hit pause now so you can copy them down. For teachers, Academic Intervention Service teachers can use 7th grade Module 3, Lesson 5 for more problems, and there is the link.